Yo, welcome back to the channel. Or welcome to the channel, matters where you've been. I'm OmarioRpg. Thanks for being here. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this. History of the Ages, the channel, go subscribe to them. The best The Lord of the Rings book characters that were left out of the movies. This is short, but should be really interesting. Let's get into this. I'm excited.
Welcome to History of Middle-earth. Today we're going to look at the top 5 characters that played important roles in the books, but were left out of the movies.
Also expect me to react to these 5 characters as well, like their characters.
Worthy of
If someone could list them in the
So
comments
The Lord
down
of the
below.
Rings is an amazing trilogy that has stood the test of time and remains extremely popular today, almost 20 years later. However, with the books being so unbelievably detailed, it was inevitable that some things wouldn't make the cut and would have to be left out of the movies. Today we're going to look at the top 5 characters that didn't make the big screen.
I'm excited.
Although not a huge part in the books, Prince Imrahil of Dol Amroth is a very important character. He was the brother-in-law to the Steward of Gondor, Denethor, which makes him Boromir and Faramir's uncle. He fought in the Battle of the Pelennor Fields and the Battle at the Black Gate. He was also briefly made Steward of Gondor after Denethor died. After the War of the Ring, he remained advisor to King Aragorn, and his daughter Lothiriel wedded Eomer, King of Rohan, in the last year of the Third Age.
Oh, cool.
As you can tell from just these few facts, he was an extremely important character, and it's a massive shame that he was not included in the movies.
Someone list these in the comments down below.
One of the most impressive elves within the books, Glorfindel is someone who is able to come back from the dead and defeat a Balrog before the trilogy begins. He is described as having incredible power as well as fantastic looks. In the books, he is sent by Lord Elrond to retrieve Frodo Baggins, and he is also the one who saves him from the Nazgul. However, his moment of glory is actually given to Arwen within the movie, which was probably a wise decision considering the lack of strong female characters throughout the rest of the franchise.
Okay. You know, we're not
In
going
the
to talk
books,
about
both Elladan and Elrohir play major
what's her name, killing a Nazgul. You know, she's not a strong female character, I guess.
roles, which is why it seems strange that they'd be left out of the movies. Not only were they close friends with Aragorn, but they are also this decision considering the lack of strong
These are
female
Elrond's
characters
sons, right?
throughout the rest of the franchise. In the books, both Elladan and Elrohir play major roles, which is why it seems strange that they'd be left out of the movies. Not only were they close friends with Aragorn, but they are also the twin sons of Elrond, meaning they link massively with 2 big important characters within the films. In the books, they actually follow Aragorn to the paths of the dead, proving how loyal and important they are to the story. Perhaps Peter Jackson just wanted to make sure that Legolas and Gimli felt bigger and more important to Aragorn, and didn't want Elladan and Elrohir to take away from their importance.
Okay.
The Dunedain, or Rangers of the North, do appear within the movies, as Aragorn himself is one. However, there are nowhere near as many of them as there should be. Granted, in the books, this ancient race are only down to a few dozen members due to what happened throughout Middle-earth, but it's better than what you get in the film, where Aragorn, as I said, is literally alone as the final member of the race. While it does make him stand out and feel important, it would have been nice to see him have a few brothers in arms, particularly for the final movie and the final battles.
Interesting.
One of the major characters from the books that was neglected from the movies was, of course, Tom Bombadil, who was one of the most obviously missing characters from the films.
I need to do a video on this guy. So many people have talked to him about it. He's just so high up my list. Like, it's getting close to being like him being on the channel, but bear with me, he will be on the channel. But if someone could list all the ones that are down. I haven't got a pen or paper next to me. It'll just be long to edit it out. If someone could comment the 5 people they mentioned in the comments down below, and comment anyone you guys think really needs to be brought into the spotlight of my channel. I'll definitely react to them.
This character does only appear in Fellowship of the Ring, so that is perhaps a reason he wasn't included in the movie, but the Rhymin Man could have played a huge role. In the book, Bombadil appears as the hobbits pass through the Old Forest. He has an amazing power that could resist the temptation of the One Ring, as he explains the difficulties of life outside of the Shire. He was a very popular character in the books though, and his fun poems could have made for an exciting moment early on in the film. Okay, there we go guys, that was our top.
Interesting. I'm kind of glad he didn't give a lot of information on all of them. They've probably done videos on all of those themselves. We've already reacted to Glorfindel, so don't worry about him. But the other four, I definitely need to do videos on. So comment down below all of them. Fredegard Bolter. Why does everyone forget good old Fatty? Frodo wouldn't even have gotten out of the Shire without him. Who's that? Lack of strong female characters in the franchise. Eowyn, am I a joke to you? Right? That's what I said. Frodo gave him the ring and he played with it like a toy, then gave it back with no hesitation? Because he was his own master? What? What? Belagons is my favourite book on but that's surprising to make your top 5. Just imagine the general audience's confusion. Him and Goldberg would be way too distracting and do very little pushing the narrative further. Interesting. Very interesting. Also, chat, or anyone in the comments, who's the blonde guy that dies? The elf guy. I forgot his name. I could just Google it, but I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments. I want to do a video on that guy as well. You know who I'm on about, right? The blonde elf who dies in the movies. I forgot his name. Oh, what's his name? I forgot his name. I need to do a video on that guy. So let me know in the comments down below. There's so much I still don't know about Lord of the Rings, man. Which is crazy to me. So, should be really, really good. We've got so many good reactions coming up, man. Keep the comments coming. Keep the suggestions coming. And it's been your boy, OmarioRpg. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, thanks for being you. I'll see you guys next time.